All right, this is lesson 0-7. We are on standard C, which is solving linear equations and inequalities.
Hi, Syra.
And Johnny says hi to Syra, but not to Jack, because apparently he likes Syra more than Jack. Okay, so title is solving linear inequalities. Last lesson we solved linear equalities, or linear equations. So now we're solving linear inequalities. All right, we already did our warm-up today. We talked about the homework a little bit. So our first section here is solving linear inequalities. It's just basically the same title here. So here we go. Solving linear inequalities. Okay, so what does inequality mean to you guys? Inequality means what? For those of you watching the video, we only have two people in here, Daisy and Johnny, and neither of them know the answer to this question. Inequality. Well, let's analyze that word, right? I see the word equal in here, and I see the prefix is in, which means not. So, not equal, yeah. Means, and I'll write this in all caps here, not equal. Okay, so let's go over the symbols. And these are all the symbols for inequality, if you haven't caught on to that. There are 5 of them that you need to know for this class. Here they are. You have, maybe I should title these too. So let's do this one. What is this one called again? Alligator chomps to the right? No, that's not the name. What is it?
What do you mean?
How do I pronounce that symbol if I read it? This is less than.
Oh, we're doing that.
Okay, so therefore this one is,
More than.
it's not more than, starts with a G,
Greater than.
greater than. 1 point to Gryffindor, okay. What about this one?
Less than or equal to.
Exactly. Less than or equal to. Okay, we obviously have to have the next one. Looks like that, which is greater than.
Or equal to.
Johnny has it. Or equal to. And then the final one that we have is this one.
Equal. Doesn't equal. Something like that.
Yeah, it doesn't equal. You have the general idea. This is just not equal.
Understand me? Understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying? What I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
So when we go on a number line, we have very specific symbols. We have open and closed dots, which means that that point, they're not really dots, open and closed points. It means whether or not they're included or not included. So I'm still in the symbols here. Let's maybe switch to a different category. So this is on the number line now. So I guess I could say that all of these are equations. All of these, this is equations, or technically inequalities, but this is in your, I'm gonna maybe title this algebra. That would be better. So when you're actually writing out your math, and then on a number line, so this would be like the graph, you would have these two guys. All right, we have this guy and this guy. A shaded in point and an open point. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you, this thing right here, the open point, we call this open. This equals open. And the other one is what, Johnny?
Closed.
Close. He has it, yep. You got this. Hang in there.
It's not.
Johnny.
Open, is that including the point or not including the point?
Not included.
Yep, so not included. This one is included. And I also want to do the symbols for what can happen here. So all of these 5 symbols somehow get put over here. So open, what do you think the symbols are going to be? Yeah, I have to put all 5 of these symbols either in this category or in this category. Which ones are not equal to? For the open one, not included. Well, there's this symbol. There's less than, because that's not equal to. What else do we have?
Less than or equal to?
Less than or equal to is included.
Oh, wait,
That's
isn't-
equal to.
Oh, no.
Less than or equal to is included. What about more things that are not included?
That are not included. Greater than?
Greater than. Okay, where does greater than or equal to go?
Included.
Yep, greater than or equal to goes in included. And our last thing, not equal, does that go in open or closed?
It goes open, closed.
Open or closed? Yeah, that's the question. You're guessing closed?
Yes.
You would be incorrect because not equal to means it's not included. So not included is this category. Not included. All right. I want to go through 5 examples with you guys for using these symbols. And then after those 5 examples, then I just have more examples. So I guess really what I have left for this lesson is 8 examples. So let's say these are just a bunch of examples. Examples. All right. First example. Are we ready? I'm going to give you x is greater than 3. I want you to graph this. Graph this on a number line.
Oh, it's greater than?
It's not fair. The people that are watching the video can just like watch it and just be chill. And I'm like, okay. And like they don't have to do anything.
That is
I
true.
hope you hear this, sire, because I know exactly what you're doing right
Love
now.
you, Bubba. Oh my god, shut up.
All right. Where's x is greater than 3?
Isn't that -3?
This is just a normal
Oh,
3.
wait. Never mind, actually.
Yeah.
Shoot.
All right, so I'll just go ahead and graph this for us. So let's say there's 0. Let's say there's 1, 2, and 3. X is greater than 3. Is that going to the left or is that going to the right?
To the left, to the left.
It's going to the left, so I can go ahead and make my arrow right now. In fact, I can use technology here. Okay, it goes to the left. And in fact, maybe I can make this like a thick arrow.
Are we doing left for you? or
Oh
left
my
for me?
god, that's way too...
Wait, isn't it what the
What?
I'm so confused.
Wait, what do you?
Isn't that my right though?
This goes to the right, yeah. So greater than means to the right.
I said left.
Oh,
I was wrong then.
you were wrong, sorry. Yeah.
Just Dell.
And is
I
it-
should get an extra credit point for correcting myself.
No, you should get smarter for correcting yourself, and you did get smarter, so congratulations.
You did get
I'm
smart.
not get smarter.
Is this going to be an open point or a closed point?
It's gonna be closed. No, it's open. Because you're not doing anything.
Is it open or closed? I don't know.
Closed?
Are you sure?
No, it's open.
What the heck?
Take a look at our notes. So we have a greater than. A greater than falls into which category?
No, it's
It's
open.
open.
It's open, yeah.
Lazy? Huh?
Oh god, this circle.
No, did you hear that?
So open, I do a little arrow that goes to the right. Guys, you don't need the rulers, put them away.
Exactly.
All right, let's take a look at number 2. Number 2, I want to say x is less than -1.
Then 2. Oh, -1.
Yep, so again, I need my number line. So where's -1 live? So let's say 0 is right there. I'm going to say, I can change my units here too. I can make -1 right here. All right, so first of all, is it an open point or a closed point?
It's
Open.
Open?
Wait, what?
Is it open?
It is open.
Yeah.
It is open, yeah.
Stop doubting. Oh my god.
Ooh.
Maybe I really want to learn how to do this with technology. How do we do this? An ellipse.
Don't freaking touch me,
I
man.
wasn't touching.
Hey, a perfect circle. Okay, it's open. And then does it go to the left or to the right?
It's to the left. To the left. Mm.
To the left or the right? Daisy,
To the
what do you think?
right.
No.
Oh, Daisy says to the right. Johnny says to the left. I don't know.
It's,
Who's gonna win?
Let me think.
Oh wait. Yeah, it's
X is less than -1. What's less than? Less than is left or right?
it's right. It's right.
It's left.
It's left. Because it's the opposite of this
Wait,
one.
What am I saying? I don't get what I'm trying to say. Stop.
Less than means I am going in the negative direction.
Oh right. Johnny.
This arrow's too big.
She's winning. I did it. What duty?
All right, so from my
I
circle,
was thinking that it was greater than for some reason. Should have tried.
I like to have this connected to the circle. All right, so that's number 2. Let's try number 3.
Can we just be done? I think I get it. No.
No.
Let's try something just to make sure that we understand. Let's do something tricky. Let's do -4.
I'm gonna draw my hand.
-4 is less than or equal to x. Go ahead and draw that one. Oh, what have I done? There we go.
That is very hard to draw, to write with your mouth. Shush. Well, sir, considering it's statistics or some shit like that, don't touch my leg. This is my area.
All right, so -4, I'm going to say here is, oh, I want to use black, so let's change the color. I want to say this is 0, -1, -2, -3. So there's -4. Is it going to be an open or a closed dot?
Closed.
Closed dot. I'm going to go like this
It's going
because
to the right.
it's faster. Closed dot, closed point, and is it pointing to left or right?
It's going to the right.
It's going to the right.
To the right. To the right.
Perfect. Okay, let's go on to number 3. All right.
Me number.
4.
Oh, I am totally incorrect. It's not to the right.
What?
What? What has Mr. Sindel
What are you
done?
talking about, dude?
Why is it not to the right?
Oh,
Here, can I show you why? I'm gonna rewrite this, guy.
Equal to. I don't know, some shit like that.
No, equal to gave the point. So look at this. I can switch this around to say x is greater than or equal to -4. I just switch these two around. If I switch these two, then the sign also switches. X is always being
But you
eaten
can
by the
switch
alligator.
it, It's weird.
You're allowed to switch it like this. Yeah. So if you want to make sure that you already have, if you ever see a greater than and you want to go to the right, that only applies when you have the variable on the left-hand side. Johnny, grab your pencil, pick it up. Come on, Johnny, you got this. Johnny, I believe in you. Come on, pick up the pencil.
I know, that's the
The
problem.
pencil's better.
If x is greater than -4, so it is actually to the right.
Boom. So
I get an
now
extra credit point because I was right.
Yeah, you're right.
Yes.
I'll give you that point.
See, I don't need to do my homework. I'm just earning 2 extra credit points and I'm done.
2.
2, because I missed only 2 problems. Bruh, pay attention.
All right, let's try number 4. X is greater than -4, or if -4 is less than x. Guys, let's do this. We have a few more of these to get through. Let's try this one. Something a little bit different. X is greater than 0, and, or I should say, but x is not equal to 3.
Okay, then the line ends.
Okay, show me.
Bruh, what? I can't show you. I'm not on the board.
Show me in your notebook. Write it down ahead of me.
Fudge, man.
All right, so here's 0, and here's 1, 2, 3.
ends right there, so.
So I want to say it's not equal to 3, so I need a giant circle at 3. And I need to do my line.
Open. It's gotta be,
What?
It's gotta be open. It's open.
Is it open or closed, Daisy? Do you agree or disagree? At 0.
Pay attention.
It's open.
No, it's closed.
It's open.
It is open. She has it, yep.
Shut up, Johnny.
Dude, I was right. I was just joking. Damn.
Oh, why does it do that?
Johnny, stop pulling my hair.
What? You're pulling my hair.
All right, so after we're done pulling each other's hair, so I have a line in between 0 and 3, not equal to either of them, and then my final line goes on forever and ever in this direction. It still continues on and on.
What?
Because it's still, I can say 4 is part of x, so 4 would be right here.
But it says x can't be greater than 3.
It says x can't be equal to 3.
Ah, shit.
So that's why I have the open dot at 3. All right, let's try.
So if it said it was greater than, then you wouldn't keep the line going?
If it's greater, say that again. If it's greater than, you don't keep the line going.
Like, say if it's, okay, say the same problem, but x is greater than or equal to, like, 0, would it be the same thing?
So one thing would change. Tell me what would change. So the question, just into the microphone again, was what would happen if it was x is greater than or equal to 0 like that? How would this graph change is my question to you now, Johnny.
It wouldn't. No, it would change.
Well, what would it change by?
No, it wouldn't change.
It would change.
Oh, the spot would be black.
The spot would be black. It's filled in. Which spot? Which point? Would
0.
0 would be filled in, yeah. So it would look like that. Exactly. Yeah, that's a great what if. Nice high level thinking there. All right. So let's try, I want to do at least 2 more examples. I'm going on the next slide. Are we ready?
Yeah.
So this is still under the title examples. You don't have to rewrite it. And what number are we on? 5 now? 5?
Yes.
6.
5.
6.
We were just on 4. So we're on 5 now, Johnny. Let's try this one.
Yeah.
Negative 5x is greater than 10.
Oh, this is easy, squeaky.
Okay.
Easy.
Go ahead and graph it. Maybe you need to do some math first before you graph it. All right, so here's my math that I do beforehand. I want to divide both sides by negative 5 to isolate for x. X is, fill in the rest for me. X is what?
Greater than 2.
Ooh.
Equal than 2. Equal or
You,
greater
there's
than
2 mistakes that you said there.
Equal or greater than 2.
Negative 2, okay, he fixed one mistake. What's the second mistake?
Right.
Whenever you multiply or divide by a negative,
You switch it.
you switch it.
Right.
So x is less than negative 2. So go on your graph. We'll start at 0. We'll say there's 0, there's negative 1, there's negative 2. Closed point or open point?
Closed.
Closed, do you agree? Oh, she says open.
No, it's closed. It's
Johnny.
Like, I can cuss. I don't even care.
It is open.
I really don't.
And is it going to the left or to the right?
Just do it.
Left or the right, guys?
I don't know. Daisy, you can answer this question.
Wait, Johnny, I already did that.
It's to
Oh,
the
wait.
right. Damn.
Johnny says right. Daisy, do you concur?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to be like, she's gonna say left.
The correct answer is left, actually.
God, I hate my life.
Okay, why is it left, though?
Because it's negative, damn it.
No, it's not about the negative. It has to do with this sign right here. Less than. X is less than negative 2. Less than means left.
Fucking whack him in the face.
Johnny, stop blaming everything on me.
Wait,
You're really
what?
hurting me.
I didn't blame anything on you. I just, like, hit you, man.
Okay, your final example before you're done with the notes. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Final example. Number 6. Final example.
Bruh, I just want to do a summary.
This is the last one, Johnny. Negative 3x minus 5. Write it down with me, Johnny. Is greater than x plus 4.
X plus 4.
Oh man, I have variables on both sides. What are we gonna do?
You add 3x to the other side.
You add 3x to the other side. You want to do the same thing?
I'm dying, Johnny.
Good.
Add 3x to the other side. Daisy, do you agree we should add 3x to the other side? Okay, let's add 3x to the other side. So now our equation becomes -5. Is it still greater than or is it less than now?
It's greater than. It's the same one as last time.
It's greater than. We didn't multiply or divide by negative. And then now what do we have on the right-hand side? I don't know. What do I write?
X
4x. 4x
plus 4.
plus 4. All right. Next step. What do I do? I'm trying to isolate for x still.
You subtract 4 on both sides.
Subtract 4. So what do I have on the left-hand side?
-1.
Ooh.
Oh wait, no, it's -9. Shut.
Is it -1 or -9?
-9. Yeah.
Positive.
It's -9.
Ooh, it's a positive?
+9. Damn it, mother of Jesus. No.
Maybe I should go back here. Let me write out what I'm actually doing. I'm subtracting 4 from both sides, right? -4, -4. So what do I have? -5 minus 4 is
Fluffy, dude.
-5, -5, and I'm subtracting 4. I'm adding another -4. What is it?
9.
9? Positive or -9?
9.
Positive 9?
9.
It's not positive 9.
Negative
9.
9.
No, it is positive.
Why is it positive?
Because the negatives cross each other out or some shit.
No, the negatives only cross each other out when you're multiplying. Two negatives multiplied or two negatives divided, they will cancel each other out. This is just subtraction.
Wait, so it's
so-
-1.
No, it's not -1.
What? You can-
So this is the problem that I'm doing. -5
-9 then.
plus -4.
Stupid.
I have a -5. I'm adding a -4 to get
Let's figure this out.
-9.
Whatever, dude.
-9 is greater than 4x. Final step. Final step, guys.
Graph it.
Nope. We have to isolate for x.
Divide by 4, which
Divide by 4. So my final answer is -9 divided by.
I've been answering everything
Oops.
easy. How about you step in for once?
Johnny!
Let me just go back here. -9. Tell me what to write.
-9 over 4.
Over 4. Keep talking.
Is greater than
Greater than
X.
x. Perfect. Which is the same thing as writing x is.
It's 2 and 1/4.
I just want to switch these two around. What's the sign going to turn into?
Less than.
Less than, exactly. It switches signs when I switch the places. All right, now that we have that, let's go ahead and graph it. What is 9/4 about? Can you guys approximate that as a decimal?
2 and 1/4, bruh.
It's going to equal -2 1/4, which is -2.25. All right, so that'll help us on our graph. Here's 0. Say that's -1, -2,
I have to write my freaking statement.
-3. So -2.25 is roughly there. Is it open or close point?
It's open.
Johnny says open. Daisy?
It's closed.
Open.
Daisy agrees it's open. I also agree it is open. Aurelio, do not interrupt my class. Trying to grab the ruler.
He didn't. I hit him. He didn't-
Johnny, don't hit the freshman.
He didn't do anything. You just block the freshman because you want to.
All right, what way is the line going? If I have x is less than -2.25, less than means
Trouble, son. To the left.
Aurelio has it. It's to the left. Documented in the video as well. He is forever famous. To the left. All right, you guys got the hang of it?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and make those summaries. That concludes the video. We're going to be on worksheet 0-7.